Hey everybody, Pastor Mark here, and this is my lovely, amazing wife, Susan. And we are super excited about the Mastering Marriage Conference that is coming up. We know it's going to be beneficial. If you're thinking about getting married, if you just got married, or you've been married for many years, there's always places to grow. So we'll help you jump in and join us. It'll be at the end of April. You'll hear more about that in the coming weeks ahead. But until then, I think we have a few questions to answer. Ladies first.
We've been married almost 39 years in June. Together, 41.
Dated for 3.5 years.
I just have to say, for me, one of the highlights was when I really was delivered from trying to make Mark into my image. And it was like obviously you have to continually to do that, but it was like, oh my goodness, God can deal with my husband. I don't have to do it. I just have to be open, loving, truthful, and ask God for the grace to deal with myself. And I feel like it changed everything for me, because I wasn't as frustrated, I wasn't as judgmental, and from that, we had way much more fun. I mean, we always had fun together, but like, we dance every night together now. We laugh. We have such a great time. Even through really hard struggles, we're just like, we can find humor in it.
Highlight for me is you. You are fun.
Thanks.
And I don't know what you're thinking if you're picturing us dancing every night.
Yeah, we do.
But we're not dancing through the daisies. She got, was it Christmas? No.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Christmas gift.
Yes.
And it's a video series called Show Her Off. And so you learn these moves. And so we've been working on the moves. Just
Dance
bring
moves.
a little clarity there in case they're picturing.
Oh, yeah, no.
You know.
Oh, yeah, I guess I should.
Yeah,
and that's a plug for Show Her Off. But it's a super fun video series. And I mean, we have loved it.
I can already hear it. The people watching, the wives are going, see. But it's fun, guys. If you kind of go with it. See, this is where you got to flow with it, what we were talking about.
And he's flown with it, and it's super fun.
Yeah. And she's learning how to submit, because I'm supposed to lead her.
Oh, gosh, yes.
And it's funny because
really
it's
hard.
testing how, it's helping her follow.
No, it's true. Yes, I have to consciously go, okay, follow. Don't try to control this move. Don't try to
So
make
it's a biblical principle.
Yeah. But it's true. So I would say we're in the highlight. We've had a lot of highlights. But
Yeah, we have. Almost too many.
It's better than ever. I think a big part of a marriage changing, especially going in a good direction, is for the individual to change. So as I changed, my relationship to my husband changed. And so that's how I would put forth change. I would say that as you mature and grow as a person, there's ups and downs in that, but that can't help but affect your marriage. So from just a maturity standpoint, I think we're a lot more mature, right?
100%. I think the things that bug you when you're younger and you're kind of insecure, you start to kind of care less about those things, and so now they're not points of tension where they would be, and who's wrong and who's right, and get in those arguments where you're into the boat sinking, but you're both in the same boat. So I think for us, just over time, things aren't as big a deal as they used to be. He's developed incredible patience.
Yes. And that's true. I mean, that I would say you're naturally patient.
Messing with you.
I know you are, but I do think I'm a person who takes a lot of patience to be. Don't you think? Anyway, sanctify me personally, I think it all comes from my own relationship with God. And as I became more aware of my own faults, my shortcomings and less on Mark's shortcomings, less on his not meeting my needs in the way that I wanted, and really ask God for grace to just let those things go, trusting that as I worked on myself and let God change me, truly change me without him needing to change, then I feel like for me, everything changed at that moment, because I was then secure, more secure in even in my weaknesses of the love of God for me, and that he was for both of us, not just me or him. We were in this together. And so I could be in this with the Lord, knowing that God was perfectly capable of making Mark into the person he wanted him to be.
Chill out, part of it.
Yeah. But that's, for me, just speaking for me personally, that's part of maturity, because if your natural temperament isn't to chill out, or you're kind of an intense person like I am, I think I would have had a mentor, which I didn't have at the beginning of my marriage. Although that forced me to really lean into the Lord. So, yeah, I would say.
And I think, wouldn't you agree that early on you try to make the other person like you?
100%.
And so those places that you're different don't complement, they conflict.
Yes.
And yet that's not even why you got married, right? The whole opposite attract thing highlights that there's something about that other person that you enjoy that maybe isn't you, that complements you, but kind of when the pressure gets on, you want them to be exactly like you. And so, just to not try to change the other person, I guess.
Go ahead. What do you think it is?
Humor,
Yes.
keep laughing for us. Humor is big. And keep trying. A lot of times when people get married, they think after you say I do, you put the ring on, it's all good now. All the trying happened before you got married, and you stop after, and you get on cruise control. Then you get busy, and then over time, you're drifting apart. And if you're not careful, husband and wife become brother and sister with similar goals, but the love and intimacy and connection starts to drift. So that all comes down to trying and intentionally working on your marriage. It's like anything else, any other relationship, right?
Yeah.
Even a friend, if you just stopped trying with relating to a friend, over time you just drift apart. And so I would say the secret sauce is intentional effort.
I would add prayer, because there's something that happens when you intentionally, whether or not you want to or not, that you pray together. And there's just the way that God has designed marriage, that when we can't figure things out, we're still coming to him just going, God, we can't figure things out. So that's a big one. And
Can I add something to that?
Yeah, sure.
So Susan is a person, a woman of prayer, and she has always been the one that has said, "Can we pray? Can we pray?" And I've always been that one that's like, "Sure," kind of thing. And until I remember we had I can't remember how many years ago it was. We said, "Okay, let's just pray every day and pray every day for each other and for whatever, our kids or whatever." And I can tell you, God's changed my heart to the point where I started missing it if we missed that day, missed that connection. And I found that, like you said, it's a secret sauce because it includes God. And a lot of times couples don't do that. It's very rare. And it was rare for us until we did it. And so I just wanted to amen that you were key in instilling that in our marriage. And it's a cool thing.
Speaking truth to one another in love is very, very important. And that however that works for you, however you get there, is very important. And then sex. Because once this is going well, sex improves. And
We're going to go there.
yeah, well, I'm just saying it's a secret sauce. Let's,
It's sauce.
it's hot sauce. Well, Mark's not that kind of person.
No.
I am.
I'm British,
I'm German. So,
so we argue with words. We don't get physical.
We
You're
get loud and
German.
demonstrative and frustrated and run away.
But it's usually, there's no, well, that one time you had a knife.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
No.
kidding. Great
Well,
question.
yeah,
We
that
don't
is.
have date nights. We don't have an organized night. We kind of did, though, when the kids were younger.
Yes, we did.
But it wasn't set like in stone. It was more like, hey, this week, how about, but, when you're an empty nester, every night's a date night. So,
I think we've always,
Travel,
travel was a big one. And then we both like to exercise.
Yep.
We enjoy
Ski.
that, skiing. So we really did have the advantage of having a lot of things in common. And then we're both pretty independent too. So that made life easier when we did have kids and all of that we kind of were in our lanes and we came together.
so your love language, words of affirmation.
Yes.
You got a couple of them. That's the primary one.
Yeah.
And mine is?
I would say, besides the physical, I would say supportive. Just being,
Works of service.
yeah, just being supportive. And I know the things that you care about, and I try to make a big deal about those
There you go.
and go to extra effort.
Couple wrinkles in there, I think.
Yes.
A little bit.
No, straight line, whole way.
Okay.
Just up.
All right. What about that breakup?
Invest in your marriage to make it the best it can be. Attend the PCC Mastering Marriage Conference online. For more information and to get on our conference email list, go to pacificcoastchurch.org/masteringmarriage.